Hello, 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 everybody. It is Elsid 932 on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. We are here for another episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. We are here. Please make sure you hit that like. Make sure you are subscribed. Folks are coming through. Folks are passing through, enjoying the content, and not subscribing, which is a free way to support the channel. Just a free way, just one click, just one good time. But I remember last week. Let me pull up my media assets, y'all. Remember last week? This is our queen count. Okay. This is our queen count. Last week, Sierra Mist right there was sent home. That's our queen count, and I will have an update queen count for y'all later. Okay. I will have an updated queen count because I have a new overlay. But let's see who's here. Hey, Huda. Huda Huda. Every time I see your name, I think of that. Happy Valentine's Day. Yes. And I put up a post there to wish everybody happy Valentine's Day, Galentine's Day, however you're celebrating love today. That is all that matters. Hey, Cheryl Davis. Good to have you here. Hey, Moondust Girly. To go to Africa. Good to see y'all. You know what, y'all? Last night a time was had. Okay. Members, y'all have access, okay? Everybody wasn't there, but a good time was had, okay? Those in the membership who wish to tell that they were there last night, they can certainly tell on themselves. I'm not going to tell you who was present and accounted for, okay? But we watched this episode together, okay? Members, we watched this together, and we had a good old time, okay? We had a good old kiki, and we found out. See, Cheryl is self-reporting. Last night was fun. Hey, Ken Scales, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a little bit for a few episodes. Good to see you now. Yes, it is definitely a fun time. We saw all the girls. We saw the queens walking down the stage, and we had a fun time. It is just a platform. You just click, you enter. And once you enter in the platform, you basically see my screen, and we enjoy watching the content together. Okay, we're going to do more of that, members. We're going to do more movie nights. So y'all, make sure y'all are strapped in. Okay. So we watched the episode. Thank you to go to Africa. I just decided to not to cover it up today. Decided to let it breathe a little bit on the internet. Okay. Folks mainly think I'm all gray, but I am on some days. And Cheryl's telling you it's easy peasy to get into. It's easy peasy to get into the area where we watch the shows together. Okay. And I make sure if we have commercial shows, I skip. So last night we watched it at 8:30, and that's what we'll do on Fridays at 8:30. We will watch RuPaul's Drag Race together. That way I can skip the commercials. And on Thursdays, we're watching The Beauty. Okay. The Beauty we'll watch together. Okay. Ken Scales says, I missed last night because I was working. Ken Scales, that is an admirable excuse, exactly where you need to be if you missed the show. Working. Okay. Is Mr. Elson getting a treat today? I see gorgeous natural hair. Wonderful. Hey, he got to bring home dinner. Okay. Dinner has been ordered, and he's about to bring home dinner. So let's see, how good of a dinner. It's a new spot around here, and we'll see. Okay. Depending on how good they cook is how good, I'm perform later. But anyway, it is Valentine's Day. We are coming up to these queens. This week they are in pairs, but here's what. They saw how other people rated them in the Rate a Queen challenge last week. And man, it was, absolutely exciting because they saw, was it strategy? Did people not like my performance? What was going on? Why was I ranked so low? Why did I have to lip sync for my life? I thought that was messy and right on point. Okay. Very, very messy. Okay. Because as Kenya Pleaser says, Kenya Pleaser, I love this clip that I got from her.
Bitch, that's when the diarrhea started.
Exactly. That's when it started. Okay. That's when it started because they got to see all the messiness, right, Huda? They got to see all the messiness. Okay. I'm ignoring you, Moondust Girly, because I got to get through this. So they are placed into pairs for this week. The queens are, and they're to produce a star. They are to star in a twisted political ad. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you what the ads are supposed to be as we get through the queens. But Myki Meeks is paired with Athena Dion. They had to reach into a bag full of nuts and grab a nut, and if their nuts matched, that's how they were paired together. Okay. Okay. And Bruno was there. We haven't seen Bruno in a while. Okay. But they had to grab into a full bag of nuts. Okay. Kenya Pleaser, her nut matched with Jane Don't, Discord Adams, and Nini Coco, Mia Starr, and Juicy Love Dion, and Darlene Mitchell with Vita VonTesse Starr. Okay. And tonight's category on the runway is I can see right through her. Okay. I can see right through her. I see you, Huda. I'm going to ignore that too. So let's get to the fashion. That's what y'all are here for. Okay. That's what we are here for. First up is Jane Don't and Can You Please Her. Let me make these a little bit tall so you can see Can You Please Her. Now, Jane Don't, please put your scores, because y'all around here, we do score it, even though the judges have the final say. The final say. We definitely have our own say here in these YouTube streets, okay? Let's keep it cute. Let's keep it classy. Let's keep it runway friendly, okay? So, Jane Don't, please put your scores from 0 to 10 on how you think Jane Don't in this is supposed to be see-through outfits, y'all. See-through. I can see right through her. And Jane Don't decided to put on the all black and white checkers and then wear a see-through dress. Okay. I only see To Go to Africa giving me a 7. Okay. Ken Scale says, thank you for a 7. Give her a 5 because she's literally see-through on her top. Okay. Okay. She could have been more creative. Jane Huda gives Jane Don't a 6. Cheryl says 5 for creativity, 3. Didn't like it. I didn't like it either. It's almost like crash test dummy kind of thing. I'm sorry. I didn't like it at all. And I'm like, you, I understand what she was going for. She went all the way, but the face. I love to see Jane Done's makeup, and this kind of robbed me of seeing her makeup. But you know what? Hey, next up is Can You Please Her? Okay. Now, Kenya, you have been disappointing me on this runway these past few weeks. Okay. This is sorry, no different. I'm sorry. I'm disappointed. Can you please her? You have been consistently not pleasing me. I love your attitude. I love your personality. But what is going on? What's on the runway? I just can't get behind. I mean, it does look like a little bit like wax paper. It looks a little bit like, the cupcakes. You know, when you get the fancy cupcakes and they're in that, the pointy tops, and you have to peel it back to get to your muffin or the cupcake. That's what it's giving me. But again, you're right. You're right. It is not see-through. Thank you, Ken. That's right. Y'all got the short or lower scores because it's basically not see-through. Right? It was it was not met. It was not met. She did not, she did not, Can You Please, did not meet the rules of the challenge. And here's why I'm going to be a little bit harder on her. She tells us she's a seamstress. She can sew and everything, but they know about these categories months in advance. And this is what you're giving me. Months in advance. It's kind of see-through, but it's not see-through enough. Okay? Okay? You give her a 2. Because it looks like very lazy. It's not see-through. In fact, don't understand it at all. It's like a weird version of a cheerleader who never made it. Yes, Moondust Girly, I agree. It is like a weird cheerleader that never made it. It's barely see-through. I mean, what she could have done is a whole see-through gown. You could still wear the pink leotard and a whole see-through gown. But yeah, I agree with you. I agree with all of y'all. It did not meet the nature of the requirements. Yeah, you remember, she says she's a sewing queen. Remember, that's what she's been telling us. She is a sewing queen. Next up, the next two queens down the runway, I'm going to have to get rid of y'all for a moment. Juicy Love Dion and Mia Starr. So let's start with Juicy Love Dion. And I had to put the shoes up there because, you know, it's one thing walking in heels, which I used to do. I used to walk in heels, but it's another thing to be in platforms. And not only is Juicy's outfit see-through, the shoes are see-through too. I needed to give her that little bit of credit, okay? That little bit of credit. The shoes are see-through too. And I love that she put her hair up, and I love Juicy's hair though. Juicy has a cute bob. Oh my gosh, sorry, Juicy, to be, you know, a little bit fangirl in here. But to take away her beautiful hair and bob, not put on any kind of wig, and to put that headpiece on, that was different. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Okay. 9.5. I agree with you, Cheryl. You give her a 7 because she looks amazing. Okay. But do he hate the creepy Mr. Burns style weird hair? Oh my word. Stop it, Moondas girly. Stop it. To Go to Africa says a 10. Yes. Juicy is a 9. This was cute and the hair was different. Yes. Like it. Ken Scale says an 8. Hey, Lotus. Lotus Egyptian Flower. Good to see you. Good to have you here. We are bypassing. Well, you made sure to get your vote in. She said Juicy is number 10. It's a 10. I really love Juicy's look. Okay. And y'all, I forgot. We got to go back over the queens then. Okay. Let me go back. Let's do Mia Starr. Mia Starr. Let's put our scores for Mia Starr. Okay. Mia Starr was the see-through is the glasses. Yes, the outfit is a little bit see-through. Apparently, she's supposed to be wearing like a skeletal leotard under it, but you could barely see the skeletal part of it because all that green and stuff was blocking. It's kind of like, can you please us see-through? I mean, other than the big shades that are see-through, I'm like, Mia, please write a 6. Compensating for something, having those glasses. She likes to be a whole lot. She likes to do a whole lot, and that's it. She likes to do a whole lot. So that's the thing. Yeah, she likes to do a whole lot. Giving it a 4. I'm with you with the 4. I'm with y'all with the low scores. Okay. Ken Scales, yep, a 5. Huda, a 5. Yep. To Go to Africa, a 6. Yes, I was like disappointed. So let me do what I forgot to do for Can You Please Her and Jane Don't. So Mia Starr and Juicy Love Dion, their video was for Prop Double D. Their video was for Prop Double D, which is making pads, padding, and titties and lace fronts mandatory for all drag queens. Mia Starr was for padding, and she was shaking her padded chest to the screen. And Juicy Love Dion was against padding. Now, the judges were not thrilled at Juicy's performance. So, put it there. Okay. Let me just go back for one moment to Jane Don't and Can You Please Her. They were Proposition C, as in putting the C in LGBTQIA, and the C equals a clown. And Jane Don't was dressed like a clown, put on a whole clown performance. They loved. Can You Please Her was against clown. She wanted to be glam queens. And they were like, yeah, but you needed to push it further. Okay. You need to push it further. Okay. So just to let y'all know what was there. Next up on the runway, I'll get it together this time. Next up are Darlene Mitchell and Vita VonTesse Starr. Now, Darlene Mitchell, it's an X-ray. Okay. It's an X-ray. And to think Mia fought so hard with Darlene for that proposition. Right. So this is Darlene and Vita. What they had to do was social media queens. Prop 4 real. Number 4 real. Banning social media look queens. So Darlene was a social media look queen that didn't want to leave the house and make her money doing, webcam. She was a cam girl. And Vita VonTesse was against it, but she was very stiff and wasn't moving around much. And that's what the judges said. It was uninspiring. Vita has been going downhill for me these past few weeks. So let's grade Darlene Mitchell. Okay. It's a different take. It's a different take on the see-through her. And I like when queens do a different take. I really like it. It's an x-ray. She's like, I'm giving you the thigh highs and the garter, and I'm giving you an x-ray, but it's like, can we really see through her? Or is it just a cheat code for an x-ray? I don't know. Cheryl says a 5.3. Okay. To go to Africa says 4.5. For creativity. I mean, she's technically sheer, I guess. Give it a 2 because I don't really like it that much. Ouch. There's nothing much there and it shows. Ouch. Ooh, snap. Okay. Kevin Scales gives it a 7. Darlene is a 5.4, says Huda Queen. Creative, but poor execution. I do agree with you, poor execution. Yeah, I do agree with the poor. I think it's something, it would have been something if maybe the whole outfit was that, or maybe if it was bigger and just her head is through a hole or something. If it was exaggerated, exaggerated. I don't know. Or maybe if the x-ray showed that there's something more, in the x-ray that we're looking for. I don't know. I didn't look at the x-ray that hard. But y'all put your scores already for Darlene. Let's move on to Vita VonTesse Starr. Remove your comments for a moment. Now, Vita has been going down. Vita, for me, and this is just my opinion, Vita for me is a gown queen. Okay, she's a face queen. She's a pageant queen. She has got the shape, the hourglass. Vita, I know Vita's category, or at least what is presented to me, but it seems like Vita has been going down. It's more leotard based. What happened? Because this could have been, I was expecting Vita to come out in a full-fledged gown and the whole skirt is see-through. I'm expecting the whole skirt to be like see-through, crystals. I'm expecting pageantry when I see Vita VonTesse Starr. Okay? But I was very disappointed. I love the thought process. If you saw this moving, her headpiece is a very beautiful shape. Even the sash across is kind of like water. It's supposed to look like liquid. And I wish she had done a gown like this. Okay? She's like, I'm not sure what it's supposed to look like, but she does look great, so I'm giving her a 5. Okay. As usual, she looks gorgeous, but I can't tell if it's sheer. 5. Right. Ken Scale says a 5. I agree with you. Vita. I was disappointed. The face is beat to the gods, though. Okay. The face is beat to the gods. As always. Disappointed, was boring and not up to her potential at all. Give it a 4. Vita, you are disappointing the crowd this week. And I don't like this for you at all. I love Vita is a face queen for me. Vita is a 5 for Huda. Okay. Next up, next two queens. Let's get the next two queens here. Athena, Dion, and Myki Meeks. Now, these two, this was Prop 6969, foreign trade. Okay. Athena was against foreign trade coming in and, mixing and blending with the population. And Myki Meeks was for foreign trade. She was a party girl that was for the trade, especially if there's foreign trade. Okay. Now, what I did put here is I only put that second photo of Athena, Dion, because the judges loved the orange paneling under the jacket, that it gave it an elevated look. So that's the only reason I put those two photos, because of the judges' critiques. Vita is a 5. Oh, that was Vita. Sorry. Athena Dion looks amazing. I love it. Would give her a 9. Okay, Moondust girly. A 9. Y'all put up your scores for Athena Dion. She had a good character in all red, and I think she should have pushed it a little bit more when she was saying she was not for trade, but she gave the idea like maybe she was secretly for trade. I wish she would have leaned in more on that. I saw that when she said trade will be sneaking in. It's like, no, stop. It was too funny. 6.5 to go to Africa gives it a 9, an 8, and a 7. Y'all, okay, y'all are warmed up now. Y'all are warmed up. Now, next up is Myki Meeks. Myki Meeks came in for all business. Okay. She said, I'm business 9 to 5 and with the trade from 5 to 9. So it is beautiful lingerie. Okay. Beautiful lingerie and just a business suit that is see-through. Okay. She gets a 5 because it's not interesting. It looks very boring, but she's pretty, always pretty. Okay. Always pretty. But this was Munda's girl. You have to see this gliding across the runway because it does look like it's boring, but there's more detail to it once you see it moving. And when you see Myki Meeks standing there, it is an absolutely beautiful thing. 10s across the board, says Lotus. Okay. Okay. And the way she was in the Proposition 6969 video, that's where it's coming from. Cheryl Davis says 8.4. Cheryl's laying in the decimals tonight. Ken says a 9. Sorry, a 9. She followed the assignment instructions, a 7. Ooh, that's a little bit of shade. I don't know if there really is shade, but that looked like a little bit of shade to go to Africa. She followed the instructions. It ain't look too good, but she followed the instructions. Ooh, girl. Once I read that, I thought of I know you probably didn't mean shade, but I felt shade. It just looks like she covered herself in a clean film in the picture. I know in the picture, it does not do it justice. It does not. And for this kind of challenge to be see-through, it does not do it justice. You have to plan for the lights and everything. But again, it's a business suit. You just can't see it. It's a really well put together business suit. You just can't see it. So she truly followed the assignment. And I can see straight through her, but it's the knickers, okay? It's the knickers underneath that, really set it off as well. So that's those two ladies. And let's get to the last two queens, okay? Nini, Coco, and Discord Adams. So they had Proposition Kiki, a ban on kai between drag queens, meaning relations between drag queens, okay? Relations between drag queens. And Discord Adams is for dating drag queens, drag queens dating drag queens. And Nini Coco was against it. And Discord Adams had a complete character. Complete. Date a sister. Date a sister. That's what she keeps saying. Date a sister. If, the man ain't going, find the right spot, date a sister. It was really, really cute. Really good character. And Nini Coco was a ban on drag queen relations. She was more like a trad wife drag queen, which was kind of kiki, but not as kiki as Discord Adams. This looks so beautiful to walk in, a little bit silly, but she does resemble a sweet, so I'll give her a 7. Right, 7.3. Well, that is what I liked about Nini Coco's outfit, and I gave y'all the 3 pictures because y'all deserve to see. She came in, it's a lollipop, okay? And I thought that was an amazing twist to I see straight through her. She is a sweet treat, okay? The twisted treat, twisted on each side. So basically she came in, if you see on the top left there, the sweet is on her head. It's like covering her whole head. And then she lifts it and you see the makeup. She is beat to the gods. I'm sorry. I just had to try and get as close as possible to a photo of her makeup. And the dangling earrings are lollipops. I mean, it is just, I loved this one. This was my favorite of the entire night. And then when she takes the sweet treat off of her head, covering her whole face, and you see that beautiful makeup, it is also a handbag. So that's why her long photo is more like a handbag, but she came out with it on her head. Okay. I'm seeing y'all's scores. I'm with y'all. This was my favorite of the night. Absolutely my favorite of the night. Okay. It is sheer. Top and bottom, but the redness is placement. Okay. It is see-through. It is a sweet treat see-through, but it's a level of see-through isn't as see-through as Myki Meeks. That was all all see-through, but it is see-through. It's like if it's a see-through candy, okay? It is completely see-through, okay? But I liked how it was placed. I love how it looks. Even the whole gown itself looks like the top and the bottom is the two sides, and the hip area and the legs are the candy area. Well, y'all know what I'm trying to say. That was my favorite of the night. Okay. For those who were there last night, I didn't say how much it was my favorite, but that was my favorite. I like a twist on whatever the challenge is. So let's go to Discord Adams. Okay, Discord Adams. Let me remove your comments there for a second. Now, Discord, it was, a sheer leotard with a lot of rhinestones all over, okay, on her body. And she had sheer wings on, and there's a mask on her face, a bejeweled mask, but it's a lot see-through. It's a little different. I like a little different, but she is, she said she's a different interpretation of what an angel would be. Okay, Discord. I love Discord. To me is is my in all good charm. A twisted sister, and I love it. I love it. I love a different I'd love a different queen, okay? She's my rock and roll queen. Love it. And while everybody's seeing her like the punk rock and always wearing black, Discord is coming out here. I am an angel, okay? I'm wearing all white and I am sequenced down, okay? Now, what I will say is, I don't always I don't think the makeup is beat to the gods like you see Nini Coco here, but Discord Adams definitely presents on the runway. You give her a 9, okay? You give 8.5. Discord Adams, y'all please score Discord Adams. Y'all know the judges have the final score, but we have our own opinions. A 7, I see a 6, and I see a 7. Awesome. Y'all, thank y'all so much. Y'all see the displays. I'm trying something a little bit different with putting the display pictures up, trying to make it look a little bit different, okay? Now, here are the top queens, okay? This is not only based on runway, this is based on how they performed in the advertisements. Now, here are the top queens. Let me put y'all back up. These were the top queens. Now, I know y'all didn't like Darlene Mitchell. Okay, I know y'all didn't like Darlene Mitchell too much, but Darlene really put on a performance for the political ad. Okay, that's where it really pulled forward, at least the way it sounded to the judges. Myki Meeks, again, this is see-through and pulled it off in the ads. Jane Don't, wonderful in the ads. Her performance was wonderful. So again, even though I'm okay, black and white checkers, but the ads really pulled it off for them. So out of these ladies, out of these queens, Myki Meeks wins $5,000. Myki Meeks is the winner this week. Remember, that queen Myki was just lip syncing for her life last week. Now we are winning, and now it says, "Ooh, okay." Thank you, Ken Scarce, for getting me together. Do y'all agree or disagree with this top 3? Put A in the comment section if you agree, and D if you disagree with the judges that these are the top 3 for the week. Okay, it's not just on the fashion. Is also based on the performance. And I do say Myki Meeks really put on a great performance. For me, it would have been neck and neck with Darlene Mitchell and Myki Meeks. It would have been head to head. Okay, it seems like folks agree. Oh, Cheryl says I kind of agree. Kind of. We're not committing. Kind of. Okay. Okay. And next up are the queens on the bottom. The bottom queens, okay? Let's bring out the bottom queens. These were the queens on the bottom this week. Lotus is like sort of too. Mia Starr, Juicy Love Dion, they were a pair, okay? They were both on the same team. and Vita, VonTesse, Starr. Do y'all agree or disagree with these bottoms? I'm like, the fashion did not help Juicy at all. The fashion did not help Juicy at all. And Vita, I understand Vita did not act very well. Vita was very stiff. Vita stayed in the same position like the entire time. She didn't walk across the stage when doing her ad. She had very little performance. It was just reading the lines. So I understand Vita being there. Mia Starr, though, maybe the fashion, but she was really good in her ad. To Go to Africa says D for disagree. Okay. Okay, y'all. So they were told, bottom you were not expecting, but agree. Mia Starr was told that she is safe. Mia Starr was told that she is safe. Remember, Mia and Juicy won the week before. They made a double win. Ru was like, y'all both are stars. So Mia Starr said this week is on the bottom. So again, I'm looking at it like if y'all didn't have how can I say it? If y'all didn't have teams or y'all didn't have agreements, maybe y'all would have been on the bottom last week instead of the top, lip syncing for that purse. Okay. You don't think Juicy should have been there? Juicy's performance was bad. The gown was good, but the performance was bad. Okay. Mia had a worse runway, so she should have lip synced with Vita. True. But she had a better performance in the ad. We don't know how it's weighed by the judges. We don't know. But hey, Cheryl agrees with you. Okay. Crazy that Vita had one win and top 2 placement and was still sent packing. So thank you. Okay. You agree with who the queen? I was shocked. So to lip sync for their life was Juicy and Vita. And nobody wanted to look. Nobody wanted to look. Cheryl said, I agree. Juicy and Vita. And y'all know Juicy is a performance dance queen. Juicy no choreography. Remember, Juicy been out here performing. Juicy been a backup dancer. So y'all, Juicy gonna hand Vita her behind. I'm sorry. I said it. I'm sorry. I am sorry. But wow. Juicy didn't even do much. That's the wild thing. Juicy didn't do too much like she had to do against Mia Starr. Juicy had to do a lot against Mia Starr to really rise up. And Mia had to do the same thing to raise to Juicy's level. But Juicy didn't do much. Juicy took off that dress and kept the hair on. Yes, with that hair, Moondust Girly. I know you call it Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. But yes, with that hair. Juicy did just enough to show off. And Vita's not a performance girl. She's a gorgeous queen. But Vita is not a performance, flip, trip, doing everything. Vita is, how can I say it? Vita is a brunch countess, okay? She's a countess at the brunch. I am here. Look at me. This is wonderful. I am beautiful. Lovely. Thank you all for coming. Okay? That is Vita. Vita is a classy broad, okay? Now I didn't see the performance Vita dropping to the ground, dropping it low, twisting, turning it, and shaking it at the judges. That is not Miss Vita, okay? Juicy ended it. I can't say that word. But I think she did not know all the words. And I think Vita didn't know all the words. I was clocking Vita didn't know all the words too, Ken Scales. I agree with you. It's more performance because both queens didn't show that they knew all the words. Both queens. Juicy did enough not to overshadow Vita. I love the respect she gave Vita. Oh, you think it was respectful? Okay. I'll take that into consideration. Okay. Hoping that Vita gets called back for All Stars. You better tell it. Say it to the judges in the back, Huda. Say it to the judges in the back. Vita needs to have her invitation to All Stars already in hand. And if she doesn't, I'm going to be mad. Okay? We're going to be back here for All Stars, and I'm going to be mad. And every week I'll be saying, see, Vita would have done better. Vita should have been here. Vita, Vita, Vita. She better have her invitation in hand. I'm sorry. Vita isn't a complete performer. Right. She isn't a performer to say in those ads and stuff. And someone like Vita, very, respectfully, for a queen like Vita, who may be a little bit stiff, I would say acting lessons. Okay. I would think acting lessons would help loosen you up and get you to where you need to be for Drag Race when it comes to this type of competition. I think acting lessons would totally get Vita up and out and moving, and she would have done better. Because she also didn't do well with the last one, which was a lip sync. It was a lipstick kind of shtick, and she was, in the suit and stuff. She needs a little bit of acting lessons. Okay. What's Packing episode gave me some insight into Vita. Yes, Vita for All Stars. Yep. Vita needs to focus on going on Project Runway. Okay, we have 2 invitations. Vita, you have a fork in the road. Vita, you may have been sent home, okay, in this episode, Vita. You may have been sent home. Let me say that. Public service announcement. Vita, you may have been sent home this episode. But we have 2 invitations here from the people in the comments. Project Runway and RuPaul Drag Race All Stars. Pick one, pick both. But Vita, this is not the end of Vita. This is just the end of Vita on RuPaul's Drag Race. But we know we're going to see Vita again, okay? Vita is a beauty queen, a pageant queen, and this is not the end of us seeing Vita, okay? I enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed watching the episode with the members, okay, in our hangout spot. If you are a member, you will have access to the post that will have the link. And it is a legitimate link like Teleparty where you can go and watch, and it does not offer any copyright infringement, anything like that. We're basically watching the show together. Okay. And we had such a good time last night. As I said, I ain't going to tell you who's in the room. You had to be there to know who was there. But that was this week's. I feel like it was quick. Ken Scale says, Vita can come visit me in Boston. Oh, wait a minute. Vita, there's another invitation. There's another lane in the fork in the road. Ken Scale said you could come to Boston. Okay. Well, Ken, how are you doing? Okay. The Super Bowl. Okay. I'm just gonna put it out there because my family who's in Boston, Super Bowl didn't take too kind to them. They still curled up in a ball in Boston. Okay. I'm just saying. But Vita, that's another invitation. Boston. But if y'all have any other thoughts about this week, and wait a minute. Next week, let's talk about the previews. Next week is our favorite. If you are a RuPaul's Drag Race fan like myself, next week has got you. The Snatch Game. The Snatch Game is next week. And we have a fun time. We have a fun time because it's a trade-off of the match game. If you know the game shows from back in the day, but the queens have to pick a character and they have to be in character for this match game or snatch game. It was a fun episode. Can't wait for next week. I know I am anticipating. Ken's trying to find a way to recover. No, he's trying to recover with Vita. Recover from the Super Bowl loss with Vita. Oh my word, that is too funny. But I'm gonna have to keep my ear to the ground here in Atlanta and see if Vita is coming through performing. Because again, okay. Ken's like, I don't like football. I like basketball. Okay, don't. I ain't feeling no kind of way. Okay, but if Ken has to say that he needs Vita closer to recover, I'm sure Ken will say it. But y'all, it was the episode. I can't wait for next week's Snatch Game. I feel like they should not have told me in the previews it's the Snatch Game because I am already like, daggone it. What time is it? When are we gonna get here? But y'all, we watched this together at 8:30 p.m. EST. Okay. As I said, under the poster for RuPaul's Drag Race, you'll see the link to our hangout spot so we could watch it together. But later on this evening, we are going to cover The Beauty. Episodes 1 through 6, we have watched it together. The members, we have y'all, we be watching all kinds of stuff together, but we watch 1 through 5 Super Bowl night because not everybody's about the Super Bowl. And we watched 6 on Thursday, so we're watching them together on Thursdays because it comes out on Wednesdays on FX and Hulu and major carriers. So I'll be back later on to talk about The Beauty first 6 episodes, which this past episode was very interesting. Tomorrow, Married at First Sight Australia. Okay. If you haven't seen it, search on YouTube. There are channels. Okay. Also tomorrow, well, that will be 2 p.m. EST. I'll be covering that with JR, who's from the UK. Also tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST, we'll be covering Love is Blind, Ohio, a live about these folks, because we got lots to say and talk about with Love is Blind, Ohio. Okay. But y'all, Monday is our Messy Member Monday, and I have some videos for y'all. Little clips, little clips. Little clips, okay? You saying Australia is heating up? Well, let me show you something that I did. Okay, let me show you something that I did for tomorrow. That is all the faces of Brooke over the episodes of Married at First Sight Australia. That's all. That's Brooke. That's some Gia in there. Okay. And that's Mel in the top left. The Mean Girls are coming forth. The Mean Girls have stepped into the building in Married at First Sight Australia. Yeah. We'll be going through all these faces tomorrow. We will be going through all those faces tomorrow. Because I'm telling you, it is heating up. You were able to find 7 episodes. Are there more? Number 8, you have to go into the description of that YouTube channel. Okay. They have 8. Thank you, Lotus Egyptian Flower. I'm going to take it off the screen because, some people are going through finding things. Okay. Okay. So there is, a channel where you can find, and you have to go through their description to find the link to episode 8. Okay. And it's real easy. Okay. Real easy. So thank y'all so much for joining me for RuPaul's Drag Race. I know this is our shortest live ever about it, but this was an exciting episode. Let me pull up. Let me show y'all exactly what the running tally is now. Okay. Let me show y'all what the running tally is now. It is disheartening that she is no longer on the show, but she's definitely still with us. But as you see here, Vita VonTesse Starr was just given her checkered flag and was told to sashay away. But y'all, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in a few hours for The Beauty. And as I always say, I'll see you on the next one.